Hey, Shalom. All praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat Chnak. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha, Kwadash. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Those fighting for their faith in these wicked, evil times. Okay, where the biblical Edomites control and have dominance over the biblical Israelites. So-called white man is the biblical Edomite, and the so-called black, Hispanic, Native Americans, as well as our people that are scattered amongst the nations that look like the nations, are the Israelites. Okay, and we're definitely at the end. I think we all can agree on that. The scriptures speak about. And if I didn't say, this is a in-transit lesson. Okay, so I'm a mainly quote scriptures, but I'll read some scriptures. It's going to be a quick lesson, Lord's will. It's going to be 15 minutes or less. Lord's will, straight to the point. Okay, but and this is just me turning on the recorder, so it's just hitting the button, letting the Spirit speak. Okay, I want to bring this out because I opened up talking about those that are fighting for their faith. Okay, because this is definitely a fight. Who are we fighting against? Well, one of our major enemies is ourselves, which the spirits, the left-hand spirits, they do have access to mess with us. Remember in the book of Job where the Lord told Satan, to pretty much plague Job, but don't take his life. So that's what we're going through. But even though we're being buffeted, it's all actually for our benefit. If you can receive it, the chastisement, the correction, is all for our benefit. Some individuals, they take it as, this is not where it's at. Or Christ is where it's at, or whatever it may be, whatever their mind has came up with. To make them, believe whatever they're going to believe in. Okay, but we understand that, all right, coming into this thing, you should understand, our apostles, our elders, our bishops told us these things would happen, that, the fight, okay? Let me bring this to you. This is Jude, which was the brother of Yahweh Shai. Okay, verse 3. Beloved, which he's speaking to the Lord's elect, the house of David. Remember, this Bible is not for everybody. And I mean, that's pretty obvious. Okay, the majority of the earth doesn't follow after the tenets of the Bible. And those that actually claim that they do follow the Bible, or claim that they are, the people of the Bible, all we have to do is open up the scriptures and see that they don't actually follow the ways of the Bible, which is the law, statute, commandments, the spirituality. They don't apply wisdom. They're on a whole different frequency. Okay, so let me bring this out. Bear with me. This is Jude, verse 3. It says, Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you. A lot of what we do is exhorting. We exhort, encourage. You can use that as another word. Encourage, strongly encourage our people to follow after Yahweh Shema Shai. And we go on the news, prophecies, brother going to prophecy daily. We're teaching daily. We're going into, wisdom, knowledge. We're giving you understanding. Okay, to prepare you for that battle. And we know that major battle's coming, the hour of temptation. We're all going to be tempted. That's the thing. Each individual, man, woman, and child. And you want to have a faith stored up. Okay, you want to have confidence stored up, which that's the same word, con with fidencia, meaning faith. Okay, so to have confidence is to have faith. But if you've been occupying yourself in the matters of the world, okay, well then, you know, when things start tumbling down, you're gonna be taken, you know, you're gonna be swept away, essentially. All right. It says, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith that which was once delivered unto the saints. Okay, earnestly contend. Let me get this in the blue letter. Okay, to earnestly do something. What does the word earnestly mean? What does the word contend mean? Okay, so Jude, give me a second. I'm going into the blue letter. All right, bear with me. That's, you know, this truth is not, and I'll get that in Sirach too. Also, when you come to serve the Lord, okay, is it not written? Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name. Is that not written? So everything is a battle. All right, Ecclesiastes 33 speaks about how one is set against another. Good is set against evil. So there's always a conflict. There's always a struggle. The inward man, the scripture speaker Paul spoke about the inward man, you know, battling the outward man. So let's get this earnestly, okay? Ipago no nizomai, okay, in the Greek. It just says contend. Let me see where it says. Okay, well, there we go. Down in the Strong's definition. It says to struggle. Okay, to struggle. This truth is about you struggling. This is not a prosperity doctrine. Now, ultimately, the truth ultimately brings prosperity. Starting what first? The spiritual man, the inward man. All right, the scriptures speak about what? The truth shall set you free or make you free. Okay, your mind. We're not bogged down by, you know, the mindset of this world. Right? The scriptures say, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. Now, we read the scripture, but now you have to apply it. Now you're actively exercising the scripture. Okay? Because everybody wants, you know, a summer fit body, and, you know, the women, they want the curves, and, you know, they want the booty lift, and the toned up thighs, and, you know, the men want the bicep, and the big chest, the tone, you know, they want to look good, but nobody want to exercise. Right? So the Lord didn't call us to be bodybuilders or athletes, or physically, but he called us to do those things spiritually. Okay, Paul spoke about that in 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. Okay, how all that run in a race, run all, but only one obtaineth the prize. So run that you may obtain. Okay, and if you know anything about sports, most of us have played sports. Some of us have played on, you know, higher levels than others. Okay, so the Sir brothers have played on the professional level, which is the highest level. And sport is all about what? Struggle. Okay, it's all about training. It's all about discipline. It's all about temperance. Okay, disciplining yourself. That's what this truth is about. Okay, spiritually. But we do all these things to obtain a eternal crown. Our fight, our struggle is not in vain. Okay, you a boxing world champion. Ultimately, that's all in vain. Okay, let's get this other word. You had Mike Tyson, several interviews with these different boxers that they'll have it one time. You know, they'll be at the top of the world, and, you know, they train to get that accolade, and then they finally get it, and then they just realize that it wasn't worth it. Your body's all beat up. Okay, everybody got their hand out. You can't enjoy your peace. Okay, you're sickly. You look at Muhammad Ali, deemed as one of the greatest, if not the greatest boxer of all time. He died with Alzheimer's, dementia. Pretty much, he was brain dead. But on, you know, in his peak, in his prime, he was that guy. But did that profit him? All that work, all that, did that profit him? All right, let me get this. Okay, it didn't profit him. Okay, he got his corruptible crown, and now he obtained corruption. Okay, we're doing this to obtain an eternal crown, a crown that doesn't corrupt, new bodies. Okay, deliverance, that's big. Okay, people see, nobody really understands how big salvation is going to be until they're in that bind, they're in that situation where they need a higher power. See, we're coming into a time where you need a higher power to be able to, okay, get out of the situation that you're in. So that word, epagonizomai, it's two words, earnestly and contend. So basically the struggle, okay, to fight. Okay, we can look that up in a regular dictionary. We don't need to do that. Okay, but this truth is about fighting. Let me get another scripture. Okay, in the book of Revelation, and then I'm gonna get I'll hold that one last, actually. Let me get the Sirach 2. All right. And how does this? What is the example of this fight? Well, you wake up, you ready to crash out on somebody. You gotta control your emotions. You gotta master the skill of de-escalation. Okay, and you can't let things get to you too much. Yeah, it's a fight. Certain brothers have different temperaments. We fall and stuff like that. But you have to apply the scriptures. What does the scripture say? Yahushua told his disciples, which are we not his disciples? Do we not follow after Yahushua? What did he tell his disciples? I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay? We know also the scriptures speak about how your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, seeketh about whom he may devour. So Satan's everywhere, man. Satan jump on your family members. Satan jump on your bank account. Satan jump on your car. Satan jump on your boss that you cool with. And then he just spaz out on you. And then you can get offended. I mean, could you be in the right? Yeah, you could be in the right. But we're not down here to be right. Okay, in the right. And get our lick back. We're not down here to get our lick back. Yahushua haven't got his lick back. What did the scripture say in Revelation? He gonna see those same two individuals that pierced him, when he come back. So you know that he's been waiting to get his lick back. To have that still written in the scripture, that the Lord he want payback. He wants vengeance. As so do we. Okay, but we have to be wise, and we can't allow these different things to happen, okay, in our life to get us caught up, because that can hurt the ministry, blame the ministry, and also, all right, take us out of the game. And the point is to continue all the way into the end, man. So if you're wavering now, if you can't get it under control now, what about when it matters? When it really matters, game time. We gotta bring it all the way in control. Okay, that's a fight. Okay, you got brothers that are warriors. Yeah, we wanna get these people, but it ain't time for that, man. It's time to be spiritual. Okay, it ain't time to be arguing with your family, trying to get them to get this word. You need to be worshiping. You need to worship Yahweh. Okay, well, you said it. They're not going to do it. What does the scripture see? And this is the thing. You got to apply the scriptures. The scriptures say what? Give not that which is holy unto the dogs. Okay? When you see, you perceive that a particular individual can't get it, you got to move on. You can't be so dead set on trying to get everybody to make it, because you got to make it. Ecclesiastes 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You being tempted by something, what does that mean? Well, you have certain people be like, yeah, I'm fighting that urge. I'm tempted to do this. I had to fight that urge. So it's a fight. So we have particular urges. We have particular thoughts that come into our mind. And as the scriptures say, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they be of the Most High. So that's why it's very important to constantly be getting this word, constantly be getting wise counsel, constantly stay in the secret place of the Most High. And the scriptures say what also? That if you walk in the spirit, you won't, how does it go? You won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. I'm trying to remember that's exactly how the scripture go. Okay? Set thy heart aright, If you know the scripture, you can put it there. And constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. And the water in advance if you do. And make not haste in the time of trouble. We're all going to be put in troubling situations. And those troubling situations are there to test our character. What manner of man are you going to be? Well, oh, hold on. You got favor. All right, here. Let me put you in this trouble situation. Let me put this temptation in front of you. Okay? Let me allow Satan to tempt you. And Satan's like, yeah, he gonna fall. He gonna fall. He's not gonna be able to resist the temptation. And then the Most High gonna be like, all right, go. Let's see. Okay? Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest increase at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. In this state that we're in now, whether you believe that you're in a high state or not, you got $1 million. You ain't in no higher state right now. We're in a lower state. Okay? At any moment you can lose it all. You can lose your mind. You can become paralyzed. I mean, we're in the valley of the shadow of death. Okay? We're not in a time where, our mind is free, unless you're on drugs all the goddamn time, and then you're just destroying yourself. Okay, but it's a fight. It's literally a fight every single moment. Let me read this and we'll close it off. This is Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So hold fast what? This truth, this knowledge. Like you fasten a seatbelt. You fasten a seatbelt so when you get into a crash or you jolt one way, you don't fly out of the goddamn car. Okay? So we gotta continue to fight. We gotta just drop dead then. You gotta go to the point to where you go into death. And that's the true believers. They're gonna fight all the way into death. So until next time, shalom to elect.